That was a hard-fought point, but we made hard work of it, didn't we?
Yes, we managed to recover second half, but we didn't exist in the first half. So the feeling is that disappointed. Not with the point, with the recovery, but we need to play both halves and to compete in the best way, because in this moment we need to win.
We seemed a lot more organised in the second half. What did you say to them at half-time that you think made the difference?
No, I just said that we are going to play the same way because we worked during the week and I saw a different thing. We are going to do the same thing no matter what the result. So it's more a belief and then a quality in the small things, like control the ball because the man was free and I knew and everybody knew and they knew because we watched the games of Everton, we worked during the week and we proved that in the second half. So I didn't change nothing. It was playing the same way with a better energy and fight for the second balls.
How much does that belief matter to you and these players to go and achieve these results?
Yeah, it cannot be enough. You know, we need to have quality during the game, and we need to present not just in the second half, but in the first half. So but it's not enough.
And finally, this point today is a great point that we've fought for in the second half. What does that do leading into Ipswich?
We need to win. It's a different game. We prove that we can make a very good game, but then in the next game we have the momentum, but we don't show in the best way to the game. So what we need to do is to work during the week and to do in the game what we work during the week.
Thank you very much.
Ruben, it was a crazy end to the game, a completely different second half to the first half that we saw. First of all, talk us through what you saw with that penalty decision right at the end.
No, I think it's a soft touch. It was not from what I saw. I don't like to talk, especially when the game is finished in a few minutes, but I think it was a soft penalty. It was clear.
Are you pleased with the point?
If you start the game without the first half and losing 2-0, it's a good point. But we need to win 3 points and we need to play all the game.
Is that the most disappointing part, the fact that you managed to find yourself in a position to be 2 goals down heading into the second half?
Of course, but that is not the worst part. The worst part is that we have the free men. We are losing ball without any pressure. I mean, we are not doing what's supposed to do, and then it's really hard. And then we suffered 2 goals in second balls, and that was clear that they will create that chances by second balls. We were soft.
How do you go about fixing those problems that you're seeing?
In training, you continue to do the same. That's why in the second half we didn't change nothing. We have to do the same thing, but in a good way.
The 2 goals that were scored today both came from set pieces. Is scoring goals in the team still an issue for you?
Yes, not just scoring goals, but also create a lot of chances. We have to improve on that. But last game also we had chances. This game also we struggle with scoring goals.
Everyone can see that you so desperately want to make a success at Manchester United. Why haven't you been able to do that consistently so far with the results?
I don't know. If I know, I will change it. We have to continue to think in the next game, and everything we do during the week, we have to use it in the game. And if we do that, we are near to win games like we did in the second half. If we don't, we are not going to win.
How can you make this team better then between now and the end of the season?
In this moment, we need to focus on day by day. We need to survive this season. That is clear, and then to think ahead. But we have so many problems, and then when you go to the game and we let the time pass, it's really hard. Of course, I don't want to say just the negative part. The second half was so much better in belief, and in the end, I think we were near to win this game also.
Thanks, Ruben.
Thank you.
Well, 20 minutes to go. They were still 2-0 down. Then the Bruno Fernandes free kick gave them hope. Goalkeeper's point of view in terms of Jordan Pickford here, Tim?
Well, I think there's a point in time right now where that ball is too close to the edge of the box. If he goes up and over the wall, you put your hand up. You have to stay on your side of the goal when it's that close. He sets the wall up just fine. Just have to trust it in that moment. You can see him shift over because he gets a little bit nervous.
I think as well, Steve, when you look at the size of those guys in the walls, I think there's Branthwaite, Beto and someone else of real height. I think you've just got to take your chance. They're going to jump. If he could get it over them, the goalkeeper's not going to get blamed. Yeah, you can see it, Branthwaite there. I think it's O'Brien and Beto. If you're going to go over that wall, good luck to you. But you should not be leaving that side. I think he tried to gamble on it. He tried to gamble on where Bruno's going to put that.
Yeah, nowadays more than ever, you've just got to stay and protect your side. You know what they call them? Draft excluders or something. They lie below. Yeah. You've got somebody lying there. You've got 6'5" people jumping as well. It's virtually impossible nowadays to get up over a wall from so close. The one thing, I know Keepers Union is next to me, but the one thing you can't do is vacate that big area. It's a huge error from
especially with Bruno. Bruno on that ball, he's going to take advantage of that.
And 8 minutes later, Manuel Ugarte, who's obviously been bought as a holding midfield player, and that's his role. That's why it's only his 5th senior career goal, his first United one, but he took it well, didn't he?
Well, the way he took it, you'd be surprised when somebody said he's only scored 5 goals in his career, because this was a lovely first touch. Anticipated it and kept it down. Almost put a little bit of fade on it. Some people think he miskicked it slightly, but the way he's stretching for it's the only way you can hit it, really, and it just fades away from Pickford. That's a beautiful goal.
Yeah, it's lovely. Lovely the way he took the control.
Who's down there? I mean, somebody's just down on their haunches. He would have got to him if he wasn't sitting on the floor on the edge of the box.
It was Branthwaite in the end.
Was it?
Just couldn't quite recover.
Tailed off in that second half.
Well, I think
the energy of the first half.
I think there's this myth in football that you're a pressing team. No team can press for 90 minutes. So they came out of the traps. They were right against it. United found it hard. But ultimately, if you can get through that, you can wear teams down, because it's hard to press. Now, there might have been a point in time where you get some subs on and then put the energy back up. But ultimately, again, credit to United in the second half.
But ultimately, he's had 7 Premier League games in charge and he lost 1 of them, David Moyes.
It's still a good draw in the end at home. Obviously, being up 2-0, it's not. But at home against United, it is.
And we just heard from Moon Mamram, he just wants to go back to that training pitch and keep trying to improve and start the game like they ended it.
Yeah. I mean, at half-time, I thought, well, do you, really? I mean, there's nothing really improving from anything at the moment. But that second half will breathe a little bit of life back into that Manchester United.
End to the game. Do you feel like you were let off the hook a bit with that penalty decision?
No. The referee said the hand was very close from the body, so there's nothing to do with that. We had our chances in the second half, but the problem is we started the game too late. We gave it away in the first half. I think we didn't have enough movement. We were too static, and it was difficult to create some situation. We did create with some 1-2s and stuff like that, but we need to start the games better. We know that. We spoke in the half-time that we can, every time that we concede a goal and we are down, it's the only time when we start and we think that now we can take a little bit more risk. Now we can go forward. Now we can pass forward. We need to start the game like that, because we are in a situation where we have to win games and create chances to score goals.
It was a fight back, though. You've managed to come away from Goodison Park with a point. What was the key to turning the game around?
Oh, to stick to the plan. That's what the manager was very upset with us. To try to stick with the plan that we had during the season, to make it work. Even if the things were not going well, we have to stick to what our ideas are, and that's what we did in the second half, with much more freedom, much more movement. But as I said, we are 2-0 down. You have nothing to lose, so you start to get more into the game. But
just 15 points from a possible 45 under Ruben Amorim. Are you as players feeling like you're making any improvements?
No, of course you feel it, but the results don't say that. And obviously this club is all about results, and we know that. We are aware of that. We need to be aware of the position we are in the table, and you have to do much more. We have to do much more all together. Me for first. Everyone has to lift the standards of each other and try to push each other to end the season in the best way possible.
Brilliant free kick, and today you're the player of the match. Well done.
Thank you very much.
United deserved the second half.
Well, the former Manchester United captain and Premier League winner Ashley Young at the centre of all this, and the Everton club captain Seamus Coleman getting involved as well, righty. Temperatures are rising here.
Yeah, I think Ashley's really disappointed about that. I think it was very, there was a lot of histrionics in his dive, but like we saw, I think his shirt got pulled twice. You know, it did look really over-dramatic, but I think that they'll look at that one and they'll be very disappointed not to get that one.
Right, let's have a look at it then before we take a break, because it's such a huge talking point. Ashley Young, given on field. Right, you go first, Tim.
Well, for me, it's a penalty. You just have a look here after the spill delict. The 2 shirt pulls, and then Harry Maguire's left arm across his hip. This is a really good look at this delict. He's got the grips with his shirt there once, twice, he goes down.
Yeah. You know, look, there it is. There it is. I'm not sure if he actually saw that.
So the big question now is, Michael, how have VAR, so Matt Donoghue in VAR, deemed this a clear and obvious error and sent the referee, Andy Madley, to the screen?
Because they've not looked at the right angle, in my opinion. If everything, which it is, if everything that we've just seen in real time during the game, if that's the angle that the referee's being given, then I don't blame the referee for saying, no, that doesn't look like... But he's not been given the angle. He needs to be given that angle from behind the goal, the high behind, zoomed in. From that angle, it just looks like a dive. I agree with the referee. Can't give a penalty on that evidence. The VAR has let the referee down, in my opinion, there. He's not given him all the various angles that you need to form a full opinion of whether that's a foul or not. He's given him one angle across the 18-yard box and given it him about 10 times.
Yeah.
You can see that after one replay. Show the whole lot. Give them 3, 4, 5 angles. That we've got hundreds.
This
of
one is the only one he needs,
game.
Mike.
This is the only one he needs, and it's the only one he doesn't get. He could have had the one from behind the goal as well. See that camera in the net, bottom left there, in the net. He could have had that one as well. This one. He could have had that one as well. There's 2 angles that showed the shirt pull. Not one of them. Not one of the replays showed the shirt pull, and he's just going from side on when it didn't look. He's going from this one every single time. Doesn't look like a foul. Don't blame him for not giving it on VAR.
Crazy.
VAR is to blame, not the referee, not the referee at all. The VAR didn't give him the right angle.
Who's on VAR? That's who's to blame.
Look, if he saw all of those, he clearly wouldn't have said that that's a clear and obvious error. It's a penalty, so.
And listen, it was a really exaggerated dive by Ashley. Let's get it right. It was the worst dive ever. He's pulled his shirt and his legs have gone over. It's the worst dive ever. But Ashley Young is amazing at it. So whether it's a penalty or not, I'm sort of still debating. It was a tiny tug. Was it a pen? Was it or not? What I'm most disappointed at is the referee hasn't been given
the clearest angles
to make an informed decision. That's what's got my goat.
OK, and we can tell that. And if he'd seen that particular angle, you would think he wouldn't deem that clear and obvious.
Yeah, but when we saw that, because like we said, we thought the dive was really acrobatic. But like when we saw this, we thought, once he sees this.
If you're sent to the monitor and see this, which he didn't, you stay with your decision, righty, do you?
Probably, yeah. You would, because when you look at it from that angle, like Tim said, even Harry Maguire's hands around him, it doesn't look like it's nowhere enough to make Ashley react like he did. But those 2, Ashley's felt the pulls, and that's why he's gone down.
Do you know what would have happened, righty, is he wouldn't have gone to the monitor. VAR didn't see that.
Yeah.
And so VAR would have looked at it and thought, shirt pull, then, OK, if that's what you've thought, then they wouldn't have even sent...
How haven't they seen that when we've seen
that?
He just kept looking at the same angle. I'm like, please, show the next one, show the next one. And 10 replays later, same one, and they've not even... And then 30 seconds later, we've started watching the game again, and all of a sudden... This is what they said. They just kept showing this. He just kept watching this and watching it again and watching it again. It's like, yeah, I've seen it once. Now show me 2 or 3 different angles. Didn't show it at all.
Wow.
Is the referee not inclined to ask VAR, do you have another angle?
Well, he should.
Have another angle.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah, but then surely, but you say that.